Good evening, everyone. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Glad you're here. It is Friday, the 24th of November, here at 1824 Central Standard Time. And it is a pleasure to be with you on this Thanksgiving Day weekend. We didn't play yesterday. We didn't play anything because it's Thanksgiving. I hope you had a wonderful time. Even if it's not your thing, I hope you sat around and didn't do much or did something you really liked instead of having to work. And if you had to work, I hope the day went quietly. But in any event, this is an exciting time. As we head into Christmas, people do new releases. And I will say, just a little bit of a teaser, I just got off the podcast recording with our guy Brent from the Armchair Dragoons, recording a podcast with Rich Hamilton from WDS, Wargame Design Studios. And we've got their brand new game, The 30 Years' War. Oh, yeah. You talk about games, look, everybody knows I'm a Napoleonics guy. I love Napoleonics. I love it desperately. But, oh my goodness. Gary McClellan, how do you know when this happens? Are you psychic? Has stepped specifically aside to allow Matt to come diving in. And what Matt was not ready. Oh my goodness.
But Haz wasn't either. Haz was only third.
I know. I love you guys. Gary, how do you know? How do you always know? But anyway, I just had the pleasure of spending some time with Rich and with Brent. We were talking about this game. I'm a huge Napoleonics guy. And I will tell you that my first love, my first historical love was the 30 Years' War, particularly Gustavus II Adolphus. And there has not been a really good 30 Years' War game yet for the PC. Until now. I know, everybody's going to say they came out with Pike and Shot campaigns, but Pike and Shot campaigns doesn't have multiplayer. And don't you tell me it's got PBEM++, because that's not multiplayer. That is coitus interruptus in a digital form. So instead, we have come here with our guy, OJ. Good evening.
Good evening.
And our guy, Destruct. Dr. Destruct to you. Good evening.
Good evening.
And we're going to hang around the White Mountain. If you know anything about the 30 Years' War, you know all about the White Mountain, don't you? You must. You must know. But we're really going to take this as an opportunity. Neither OJ doesn't have a lot of experience with the 30 Years' War, and he certainly has no experience with this game. Dr. D loves the 30 Years' War, but he has no experience with this game, so nobody judge them. I'm instead going to take it as an opportunity to show off the system, show off the game, and show off some of the real pretty things they did. But right now we have the opening salvo. I am going to switch sides each turn because we have Fog of War on, which all good war games do. So the Imperialist forces arrayed here, which are going to be commanded by Dr. Destruct. They're the ones that you can see. You will only see those troops of OJ, the anti-imperialists, here at the White Hill, if, in fact, and let me turn on the labels. We got some labels. There we go. I got some labels turned on. And so we're going to do that. But before we start, we should turn on the music just a little bit so we can hear it. And then we're going to unleash Dr. D. 16 turns. We'll see how it goes. The music is about to start. Dr. D, take it away.
Right. How does one move again?
One double clicks on the unit to light it up. And then one right clicks to make it take step by step.
Cool.
Before you move, there might be two or three keys that you
Yeah, and always...
do.
Go ahead, Mike.
Is it V? The V will show you line of sight or what you can see. Was it V or A?
It's very weird, I will tell you. I never use that feature. And I don't know why.
You never use that?
Nope.
Okay.
Never do.
The period will give you your elevations of the hexes. That may be useful. Q will show you all the units that are assigned to that command. Jim, correct me if I got any of those wrong or...
Nope, that's right.
Other suggestions to throw in.
And shooting, how does that work again?
Shooting, you hold down you double click the item you want to shoot, and you right click while holding the control button.
Right, okay. Do we recall ranges of things or no?
Ranges are, well, we might as well show folks the super cool panel. If you have, well, I guess I got to turn off the music so I can hear myself think. It's nice though, isn't it? I'm going to go down here and I'm going to bring up something that I didn't have up on my screen, which is the, I have the full screen map up, but I'm going to bring up the unit. Check this out. Check out the super cool and amazing new unit cards. If you're seeing the unit IDs, you just left click on a unit, right click on that unit card in the info box, and it'll give you all their stats.
That's really cool.
And that ranges in hexes, I take it, right?
Oh, yes. Yeah, no, they did not. They were not so cruel. These are 100-yard hexes. They did not do that in 100-yard increments. I suppose they did, but
Well, I assume, but
Yeah,
just making
yeah.
sure that they.
we started shooting already. Look at this guy.
It's kind of the thing to do.
I didn't blame you. Just us.
You run up and you
Caracol
go
back.
for it.
Bee Cafe. He's shooting at you, Mike. Let's go in a little bit, huh? We'll take a look. There were guys there. I guess you didn't see them.
When I moved in, it was fine. It's when I turned.
They suddenly decided to shoot you. And yes, as was mentioned, there is a 3D version. I'll take you all in. There it is. They're working at it. Where are you moving, Destruct?
I'm sort of doing multiple things right now.
Okay. I see. There you are. $100 yards per hex. Don't sulk, Matt. You're a good dude. Don't sulk. Hey, Andrew. Yeah, I have. This is this they don't come a lot easier than this one for me. I'd zoom in closer, but I don't quite know where he's gonna be. Always afraid of losing. There we go. I love these close-up 2D counters. I was in my interview with, spoiling a little bit, I guess, in the back and forth with Rich Hamilton. I said, I have no use for the 3D. I know some folks like it. I know they do. I have no use for it. This is so good. Oh, they saw you. Those guys saw you. Two dudes. Did you think he was going to let you walk up there? Ooh! Now that honestly is something you don't expect, is horses to do that much damage shooting.
Well, that was their job. You ride up, you shoot your pistols, and you leave.
Yeah, absolutely. But I just talk about the differences in the systems. Yeah.
Although, Jim, that's kind of a difference, though, too, right? Because I don't know exactly what I'm returning fire with. I mean, because I have two units.
Well, you know darn well what it is because you can hear the sound. If that gun fired, it'd be a different sound. Gary is pointing out that one of the biggest distinctions in infantry here is whether it can block or not block formation. Ooh, cannoneering. Yeah, he's up to shenanigans. Definite shenanigans. What horses are those? Oh, seeing down here, we see, look at the pretty pictures. Look at these pretty pictures. Heavy horse, but not necessarily the best horse. What else is in there? Ah, yes. The Catholic League leads round the flank. So the question got asked by he that is has destruct. You are a doctor of philosophy and history, correct?
That is correct.
There it is. Oh, good. I could tell you this, Mike. You have to. You have to.
Well, that's what I figured, but
So, which kind was it?
So I specialize in early medieval history. So specifically, my thesis was on Viking Age settlements in England, Ireland, and Eastern Europe.
I just saw a thing where they found a grave.
Well, they're doing that all the time.
Well, but they found a ring from one of the Muslim countries that she was wearing in her tomb. You know, and they dated this thing back to I don't remember. This was an article I saw just 2-3 weeks ago actually, but I don't remember exactly the period that they. But basically, they were saying, yeah, so that linkage between the Vikings and in the Muslim countries went back maybe further than they thought. Rich.
Oh,
thank you.
So like 8th century at the very least.
Yeah.
Because we have Samanid coins, we have Abbasid coins, and other things. Like the whole route down the Volga was to get all that silver out of the east. So
You still move, Indy?
I'm just making sure that I've moved everyone that I want to move.
Got it.
There's a lot to keep track of.
Mm-hmm.
You moved.
I think you can hit the N key, cycle
Yeah,
you
N
through
will cycle you through stacks.
that have not moved.
Correct.
Are activated.
Sorry, which key?
N next.
Ah. Okay, all units have been considered. I like that. I've considered you. So I guess I do turn next.
You do indeed. And then, Mike, you'll do me the kindness of... Oh, and this is the melee phase. If you got anybody close enough to melee, this is when you do it.
Yep. So it came up and asked me if I wanted to do a save.
Oh, yeah, you should have turned off autosave. Cancel that.
Yep. And...
Alright, so if I do a melee...
It's in settings, isn't it? Yep, there it is. I got it.
Mm.
Okay, autosave's off.
You get anybody close enough for that?
Oh
Yep.
yeah, he's got guys that...
do that.
Not that it matters, but you can resolve each one as you get them set
Yeah,
up.
you want to resolve them that way. Just to keep yourself sane.
Okay.
Otherwise they'll all resolve simultaneously, and you won't.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna resolve melee.
Yep.
And then here,
Mm-hmm.
resolve.
Okay.
So those were Cossacks.
Filthy, dirty Cossacks.
No. Babushka
Yes.
ninjas.
Oh yeah, babushka ninjas. With the 2-inch knee mortars.
With 2-inch knee mortars.
Damn. I think that's all my melees, so next.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Ridley Scott, for giving us those.
Yes. Ooh. And suddenly, I love the fact that line of sight just is suddenly there. Okay. Anti-imperialist turn. So, Mike, if you'd switch me, please.
Yeah, 1 second. Units routed. Yeah. All right. So, modes. No. Yeah. Multiplayer dialogue. Cyrano. Switch. And you are switch.
Actually, we can't say you've Bernadotted now. What do we say?
This,
What do we say now?
what are you talking about? I've Wallensteined.
Did he switch sides?
Oh, well, no, that's true. What's his name? Oh, it's going to kill me now. Who basically wandered around the Palatinate arguing, hey, could somebody please hire me? And he just did not care. I will find this.
Oh.
This is going to bother me. But, Mike, you're at the bat.
All right. Let's start off with some shooty shoot.
Shoot.
I gotta get the right keyboard here. There we go.
Ouch. Take that. Tired. You're even more tired.
Take that, fatigue.
I just love that. You've been shot. Yeah, I could take a nap.
I don't think that's what that means.
At least you know, Mike, that I will not charge frontally into a pike formation.
Probably.
Do I?
I remember we were playing a game, and I was the Swedes facing the Poles, and we were just testing out the game. So they charged all their winged hussars into my pikes, and they just died horribly.
See?
I always feel bad when it's like the one guy. It's like, imagine being that one guy.
Oh yeah. That's one of my obsessions with these games.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah, the problem you're going to get into that with that Heth is it's the same that you have in the plane. The biggest one for me is how many guys you could fit in a space.
I wonder how much of a distinction they made between like a tercio and like the Dutch sort of pike and shot system.
Gary, question for you. We have one of the playtesters and helpful designers in the chat. Question was, what sort of a distinction is made between tercios and those with either the Dutch or the Swedish system?
Other than number of men.
Right. I assumed you weren't asking about that. Yeah, Gary, you are messing with people's heads on that one. No doubt about it. I knew it would come to me. Ernst von Mansfeld.
That name rings a bell.
Yeah, so I think when I switch sides, we'll have to say I have gone Mansfeld.
Was he Bohemian?
No.
Was he the guy who tried to be king of Bohemia?
No, that is Wallenstein. Wallenstein has significant estates in Silesia, but he eventually gets himself even more estates down in Bohemia.
Just because the at the beginning, during the Bohemian Revolt, I swear there was a guy that basically was like, I want to be king of Bohemia, and then he fought for it, lost, and then ran away and then tried again. And I swear that was Mansfeld, but I might be incorrect.
Well, in the early part, of course, it's Frederick, right? It's Frederick of the Palatinate. And
That's
Mansfeld fights for him. The Elector Palatine. I'm assuming you're moving somewhere, OJ. I'm just looking for you. OJ?
Roat. Yep,
Oh,
I am.
okay.
There was that.
Where are you moving? Oh, there we go. There we go. I found you. And it does have the background noise that will get me a hit against YouTube if I turn it on. They're nice. It's clattering of hooves and such. And yes, if you've noticed here, we have one heck of a big map. It's one of the great joys of the WDS games, the Tiller games, that they always have a much, much bigger map than they need, it sometimes seems. But I like it because I like maps.
I guess if they make it bigger, they can always like use it for more.
Yeah,
But then if they made it too
scenarios,
small,
stuff like that. Yeah. You still moving about?
Just about finished up here.
Okay. Howie.
That's interesting.
Mm.
So the first time I shot there,
Mm-hmm.
just a few seconds ago, I only had one target that I could pick from. This time I had two targets I could pick from.
Yep, something's going on. You'd have to.
Is that the new frontage rule? Maybe.
I don't know.
maybe it's a line of sight thing.
I would have thought more line of sight.
I don't know why it would be, but
Yeah, I agree, but I would have
Both
guessed more
targets-
line of sight, but I don't know.
Yeah, I was shooting into the hex, so I didn't know if maybe that was that new.
Could
Frontage.
be. It could be. I
Feature.
simply don't know. I also wonder, you're firing here straight at him. In the other one, you're firing at an angle.
Yeah. Yep.
But that's a guess. That was a guess.
Yep. All right. I'm hitting next turn.
All right.
Now take me to melee, I think, right?
Yes.
Boom, 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 boom. All right, imperialist melee. Let's see if this works.
Do a melee just to see if it works. Nothing like it.
All right, gonna resolve this first one. Nope, it did not work.
Oh, dear. That went badly. And
Very
Gary
badly.
indicates it's probably LOS or the type of fire. Have to explore that a little bit. See what
oh,
we
you
got
know
here.
why? Because some guys are armed with pistols and some guys are armed with carbines. Don't know if that actually matters.
Mounted arquebusiers. No, they're all mounted arquebusiers in those
No.
two hexes.
Huh. Don't know.
Yeah, nor I.
All right, I think I'm done.
All right. Hit the switch.
Oop, I just hit the clock. Oh
Mhm.
shoot.
No, you did fine. What up?
Oh yeah.
So,
3 units undisordered out of 6. Okay.
and now the first thing you got to do, Mike, is switch me, and the second thing is save.
Yep.
And Dr. Destruct will go about his business while I take a quick break. Be right back.
Give me just a second here.
While I'm gone, please enjoy this delightful Renaissance music.
So you've got Jim back on your site now, and I'm going to do a quick save here.
Yeah, and no.
Well, I mean, the symbol on the counters is a square, but
It's for you.
what? Oh,
I'm just
yep.
figuring it out.
I trust that no one won in my absence.
Well, funny you should say that.
Okay, Jim. I was just commenting that a block is not the same as a square. Napoleon. Is that?
No. I mean, I imagine they have a very similar effect, but the main thing is a block is not facing in 4 directions.
Right.
A block is moving forward. As a matter of fact, unlike a square, a block is intended to move.
Right. Yeah, it was a formation for advancing.
Yep. Well, it's a defensive formation. It's a defensive formation intended to shield musketeers. And guard against horsies particularly. Yes, I called them horsies. I don't care. These close-up 2D counters are so great. Oh dear. Oh, that wasn't terrible. How many guns you got in that space? Oh, 2. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
How big are those guns, though? Are they big? They are
6, 7, 8 pounders is all it says.
6, 7, 8. They're little guns then. They're wee. Again with the cannonading.
Hooray for mostly ineffectual cannonading.
How many guys did you expect to kill?
That's fair. I got 1, so I suppose that's all that matters.
We're not in grape shot range.
Yet. If they even have it at this point, honestly.
They do not.
Oh. Hello.
My bow and sword versus your pistols.
Yeah. I don't know how well that's going to work out for you.
Oh, what the heck? Let's see if YouTube's going to get mad at me.
We just instantly get, like, booted.
Driven from the air. I just like it because it's a good punctuation for when you all move. It draws people's attention. Oh, look, somebody's moving, you know?
Hey, Giorgio.
Mr. Bravado, what a delight to hear from you. Hello from this American Middle West. Salutes, Brittany. Good God, man. It's 1 a.m. on Saturday over there. You're living in the future.
Who wins? You know, I was just thinking that the day after Christmas is Boxing Day, right? We need something snazzy for that for the day after Thanksgiving.
We should have a good day after Thanksgiving fight.
Yeah. I mean, some people say Black Friday, but they're all the same.
Although in this era of Amazon, I didn't see too many stories of people packing into malls.
Yeah, my wife went out. She said there are people out, but I don't know that it was necessarily as bad as last year.
The frenzy is over.
The problem is so many places start their Black Friday shopping right after Halloween. So it's not like just a one-day thing. They're doing these sales for weeks.
I think that's better though, because like, if you pack too much in one weekend, I don't know if that's great.
Well, but the other thing, if we can go into shopping talk here on the Wargame channel, I mean, look, how many things do we really want to buy? Me? Would I line up to get a WDS game? I probably would, but they're nice and they put it on the internet.
That's true, but it might overload websites too. Because like I know, like Games Workshop, for example, had like 2 weekends in a row where they were doing pre-orders, and like their website crashed a bunch. Who haven't I considered? Oh.
Those units would like to be considered, Destruct.
Consider them considered. I've given them due consideration.
Okay. They feel better now.
Ah. Not much fruit. Oh. So I've captured guns, but they're not under my command? What does that mean?
Don't you have to man them or something?
I
Or
have
you
no
just not-
idea.
No, I think in the Civil War ones you can't actually use captured guns.
Yeah, I don't think you get to. I think you just captured them and took them away. Gary, you want to give us a holler on that one? Can he take over those guns in any way, or do they just count as captured and therefore nice victory points?
I think I can take them back. Oh no, wait, you can man. I think in Civil War you can man them. You just and shoot them. You just can't move them.
Well, why would I man them if I can't shoot them?
No, you can shoot them if you can man them, but you can't move them.
I don't even know how to man them.
Look under command.
You need to keep infantry in the hex with the guns.
Ah, well, okay. They're Cossacks, so...
Yeah, the Cossacks are confused by this alchemy. The babushka ninjas believe it defies the will of their gods.
There's a lot of things telling me no, and line of sight blocked. Line of sight blocked. Okay, fine. Line of sight is blocked.
Take that.
Move on to melee now. Jeez.
Jeez Louise. Yeah, I will say this. Line of sight in this game is delightful because it is what it is or it ain't. You know? It's like, it's just going to tell you, you don't need an umpire.
Let's resolve this and see what happens.
Why, that went very well.
Well, you know, I was behind them.
Fair.
I suppose when like a bunch of cavalry comes behind your commanded shot, I feel like they're gonna have a bad day.
Polish Cossacks, go boys. Sigismund cut loose some guys. Oh dear.
Those guys were pretty beat up to begin with, so I wasn't surprised. Well, and there was only about 46 of them anyways.
Well, that looked like to be all of them.
Yeah, and he throws 1,000 men against them, so.
Yeah. A predictable outcome, I'll give you that.
Okay. That's fair.
A repulse.
Too
Ooh.
This is gonna be.
Ooh. A narrow victory.
Yeah. Well, it's something.
Yeah.
Not particularly sure. What are you? You're a disordered arquebusier. You know what? What the hell? Why not?
What are you, sir? What are you?
Okay.
There
You
go.
just didn't like it, I guess.
No, they just withdrew. No casualties. Handbag fight.
Yeah, I think that was another one of my about 300 to 400 guys versus a 800 plus stack. That makes some sense.
They just
Well,
withdrew.
yeah.
I'm sure morale figured into it. I'm sure.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like this is gonna go my way. What?
Oh dear.
Cuirassiers lost against Hussars.
Well, let's take a look at your numbers, mister.
It's an advantage attacker, so
Well,
there we go.
okay then.
No, I think I'm gonna leave that one. No. Yeah. Okay. That's enough.
That's enough of that. So, OJ, if you could switch, please.
Yep, I got a hourglass.
Got it.
There we go. All right, let me see here. We're switched.
Gary McClellan, it takes a full turn for the infantry there to take over the guns.
Yeah. So they haven't even touched it yet.
Yeah. And then pretentious movie director asked, "Were you there to know that there were only 50 men?"
Yes. Yes, that was.
Yes, I was.
I mean, salt all the historians and tell them that they're wrong.
And to think I defended it. Where's my guy, OJ? Where is he? Oh, there he goes.
My poor Cossacks.
Shoot them Cossacks. Shoot them! Babushka ninja! Fire! Nice.
It's not the worst thing to do. They're just going to be annoying anyway.
But here, like in some other games, you get points for killing them. I can't say a lot of points.
That was a whole lot of nothing.
Alright, so it says no part of unit is in front.
And I will say this, WDS has done a wonderful job of improving the feedback we get, things like that. You never knew what was going on in the old days. You just, in my day, you toughed that out.
You're assuming I know what's going on now.
I don't. It's just, your ignorance is more refined. Now, how do you feel if you're those guys shooting, huh? How do you feel?
That's fair. Oh. Did you manage to get a charge off, by the way?
OJ?
Get a what?
A charge.
A charge?
Have you
Like a
attempted to
charge.
charge?
No.
Okay, because I've tried 3 times last turn, and each time it was like, no, you're disordered instead.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a morale
Yeah,
check.
if you're limited on what you can do.
Yeah, it's just... Oh. We are the Royal Cuirassiers, but we're bad morale.
But it is interesting. They only have a C morale. There's a reason for that. I don't know what it is, but there is a reason for that. I find that fascinating. I did note that.
You are the most expensive cavalry in Europe, other than maybe the gendarmes in France. But you suck.
That you do understand, I know you do, that's far from beyond the realm of possibility.
Yeah, I know. It's like, what is it, the Saxons at Brightonfeld? Just like...
Yeah, what happened with them? It's the wonderful SPI game, which is one of my favorites of all time, in which you know the Saxons are leaving. It's just a question of when. I have played that game likely 50 times, and the Saxons have never stayed.
Kind of like another game we're playing right now.
Although I will say certain French people are hiding them at the moment. Those Germans are hid.
I'm looking forward to retaking command of my line that seems to have fallen back.
I don't know what you're talking about, but just put Haz in charge.
Yeah, explains a lot.
Oh, went after Haz. Oh.
Now, he was just following Delanor's orders.
That even explains more.
Alright, I was trying to help.
Let me go take
but
this
that's-
guard cav piecemeal across the river and charge.
This is actually a really good point from Gary. It also depends on the dev's view of morale. For him, C is solid line troops. I don't do A triple plus, which some do in the games.
Okay. Okay, so solid line troops.
They
Just weren't feeling it, I guess.
they
Didn't have their
chose
morning
not.
coffee. You know, I can respect choosing not to, but then being like, oh yeah, and we're gonna just be a jumbled mess now, just to rub it in your face.
Just to rub it in your face. I suppose it is time I took some pictures, isn't it?
Did they have Rock Roy in this one? Ow.
Yes, I remember very specifically them saying in one of the promotional pieces that even though it's technically outside the scope of the battles they're covering, they knew everybody would want it. Requois is there. Your Rockroy gave me very, very fond memories of my high school years.
Why is it outside the scope?
It's late.
I suppose.
Alright, going to melee phase.
Melee phase. 1643. Come on, man.
Not that late.
Well, yeah, but it's really outside the main. It's outside the main. The 30 Years' War is over by 1643.
So it's within the limit.
Ooh, fighting.
Oh, that's interesting. Total attacking force exceeds the hex limit.
Yep. So you got to pull somebody out of there.
Yeah. Clear.
Did not even realize we're at the melee stage. How early does this go then?
16-8. This is as early as you're going to get. White Mountain's the first significant engagement of the.
Interesting. Okay.
All right.
I guess if they were going to do 80 Years' War, they
Over to you,
would
sir.
have to do a different game.
And they've already got Great Wars.
That's later, isn't it?
Right, I'm saying. Right. But I'm talking. What my point is, they're trying to frame in this whole period. One of the things that Rich Hamilton checked me on in our chat today was, look, yeah, I know you're thinking about it from the perspective of. Thank you, Ajay. You're thinking about it from the perspective of the 30 Years' War, but this series goes all the way back into the later Middle Ages.
Yeah, I know.
So.
But I was just wondering. Okay, so they're doing 30 Years' War, but they're not doing like the Dutch-Spanish 80 Years' War, which is part of this, but also earlier.
No, it's
and then they're not doing.
But it isn't. It's so different. It is so dramatically different, particularly because of the way that the armies change. Remember, you've got
but the 80 Years' War is still going on right now.
I understand that, but okay, the guy that I took my PhD from, well, the first guy, Geoffrey Parker, he's the first guy to point out that everybody likes to see an unbroken continuity between Maurice of Nassau and Gustavus. It's just not there. By the time the 12 years, everything before the 12-year truce is different.
Okay. Ah, jeez.
I also think that the people who do OOBs for this period are like mystics.
Oh, yeah.
On one hand, I want to go, you guys are amazing. And on the other hand, I want to go, you are just making this up, aren't you?
If you say that, Jim, you have to use your Ridley Scott voice.
That's true. No, because I respect it. I'm like Ridley Scott. And the answer from Gary is, if this does well, they will get to that.
Wonderful. What I'd like to hear.
No, Achilles, I'm not.
Nobody's gone into the victory area. Right now, as things stand, it's an imperialist minor defeat.
Yeah.
Gary, read the 80 Years' War. Do not hold your breath. For the record, I would be staggered if the ECW were used.
Yeah, that would make the most sense because you don't have to change that much.
No, those two wars have an awful lot in common. And they've already done GNWs.
I'm just waiting for him to get back to World War One.
Let me answer that question for you because, Mike, you're my friend, and I asked Rich about that.
I know it won't happen.
No. You know what the answer was?
What?
Ed Williams, who is doing that series, he produces games when he's done. There are multiple titles in that series being worked on, and as soon as Ed is ready, they will be published. The word from Rich is they are... Who just fired bows?
The weirdos with bows.
Oh my gosh. Who is that? What's going on? Janice, they're hussars. Yay. Ah! 16-18, kids. Anything can happen. He says his tongue is bleeding, Gary. Come on, Gary. ECW, when do I get it? When do I get it? You can tell us. Nobody is watching, trust me. They're punching it up on top of the... Ooh, ow. Good shot. Right on top of the White Hill. Ooh, Gary McClellan tells a lie in the chat. Shame! Shame!
Sorry this is taking so long.
Got a lot of guys. Some of whom have bows. That's going to amuse me for a while, by the way, just so y'all know. Yeah, I was absolutely desperate when I discovered that Michael Roberts' military... Michael Howard's military... So sad. Where did that happen? Oh, okay.
That was over up north. I forgot they could shoot. Moved. Can you move any further? No. Can you move any further? No. Can you move any further? No. Okay.
On to melees. Well, that didn't go your way.
No, but something omelet, something eggs.
All right, I'm not a 3D guy. I'm not a 3D guy. But you gotta like the way.
That, however, worked out nicely.
Ooh, that's a lot of dead guys.
both sides.
Yeah.
I don't really want to melee you there because you are significantly better than I am. Here, however. Guess you're not as good as I thought.
Oh man, you know he can hear you, right? It's hurtful.
It's probably a bad idea also. In fact, there's a lot of bad ideas. You already meleeed. I'm not meleeing a pike block with cavalry.
Coward.
It's like attacking into, what's it called? Cavalry into woods. It's the same sort of deal. You know what? Here you go.
Yeah.
Alright. I need to Mansfeld.
Yeah, as soon as I get control.
No worries.
Watch all my units
All
routing.
your hussars ran away. I only fought one of them.
Yep.
They were Class D, so you know.
Okay. I was just like, wow.
They're hussars in the 17th century. They're not good troops.
They're good for looting.
Well, and again, this is one of the lovely things about the way history changes and words change. In this period, dragoons got off their horses to shoot.
Yes.
In this period, hussars are crummy troops. By the time you get to the Napoleonic Wars, they're elite light troops. It's interesting. Oh, good lord.
Hey.
Yeah. My writers, I misclicked them, and now they got stuck.
They are the yeomen of the bowmen.
They're targets now.
Oh, that's funny. That is so funny. Ah. Forgive me for violating OPSEC, Mike, but those hussars just ran out of ammo.
Oh yeah, they did.
Oh boy.
Oh.
They killed 31 dudes and then suddenly discovered they had no more arrows.
They came with exactly 31 arrows in their job.
Zupa jest smaczna.
Good soup.
Exactly.
Ow. How dare you?
That was a hit. A palpable hit. He did not like the way you were attempting to come up the rear of the white.
Well, I'm not gonna now.
And I will say, it's one of those things that I'm real getting used to, given how much Napoleonics I played. Seeing horsies do this much shooting, oh my goodness.
When we start doing the later stuff, it's gonna be a little less.
Yeah, for sure.
When everyone's just like, okay, we'll just do what the Swedes do and just charge and hope for the best. My cannon.
I'm tired. I'm so tired. Whose heraldry is this, though? Is that Frederick's?
What are you talking about? Which
The
one?
lions, the white lion rampant on the red field.
Oh, that's Bohemia.
Is that Bohemia? Okay.
Yeah. Flags are a fun thing to research for this game. It is absolutely nuts.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, I tell everybody if you want to start the 30 Years' War, go to C.V. Wedgwood. Start there because it's a great book. It's very well written. But if you try to read that book without a map at your side, and I mean a period, you'll never get through it. It's like, wait, who's where? And I'm not saying there isn't more recent research. I'm not saying there isn't better conclusions. But number one, it really hasn't been superseded for me. And, oh, wow. And,
Owie.
And secondly, it's enjoyable.
Yeah. Okay, fine. I won't squeeze through your line.
They saw you squeezing. No squeezing.
No squeezing the Charmin.
Quit your darn squeezing.
That hurt.
So I'm getting the message. Real quick. Right. No part of unit is in the front.
Is your unit accidentally switched around backwards?
No, they're facing the right way. If I go to top of stack, I cannot change. It looked like it said that. It flipped by so fast. Alright, well, I guess I can't do anything with them. There we go. Whoa.
It's okay.
It's true. There were 1,000 men in that square.
Oh. Take him out of nowhere.
Alright, going to melee phase.
Melee phase.
That's interesting.
Hmm.
Units from different nations can't melee together.
Correct. That I knew.
Alright.
You won.
Yeah, I know. Should have cleared that melee and done the other one though.
You're right though, Destruct. Those Hussars running off is still pretty funny.
It's just like I barely touched one of them, and it's like, oh, they actually attacked us? Well, see ya.
Good day to you, sir.
Crap. Attached units can't melee. That's pretty worthless. 800-man block, that's a detachment, and they can't melee. And you probably can't merge them back in with their other parts of the unit if they exist still.
Yeah, being detached in any of these games is never good.
Gotta stay in command.
Oh, I see.
Do you?
Yeah, I was just wondering, it's like, you're detached? It's like, yes, yes you are. You're a commander. How are you detached?
From his superior.
His superior is the army commander.
Is he
Yeah.
close enough to him?
No,
Yeah.
but it's weird. It's a B
Yeah.
commander.
Well, then that's it.
Well, no. So here, Jim, if you look here, if you go to the middle of the map, basically, Weifberg,
Where's that?
about the middle.
It's a big map, Mike.
I know. Unfortunately, where's the hex grids at? 57
right.
by 43.
5743.
So if I click the, if I use the command range, right?
Well, Christian of Anhalt is the commander-in-chief.
Right. So the unit that says it's detached
Uh-huh.
is at 5645. Or am I missing who his actual commander is? Maybe that's...
He might be missing who his actual commander is.
Yeah. See
I
where
did
he's
that
at,
with some
though.
of my Cav too.
I just don't see where he's at though. And what's weird is it does highlight the army commander as being
Yeah, but the army commander doesn't
That
take
makes
direct
sense.
command.
right. Well, the only other thing though is the only other unit that it highlighted is Thurn. That's not who it says is his.
5645. He is
Bohemia
left. He is
left
left.
wing.
He is left wing.
Right. Who else is left wing? Cavalry unit says left wing. Maybe it's these guys. Yep. Okay, I found them at 5447.
There you go.
So, yep, they're out of range. Okay, I was just trying to figure this out. That's all. All right, let's see. I'm in melee phase now, right? That one failed. Here.
Yeah, and Gary points out that even if you are in command range, you can still fail a command roll. That I knew. That's in Napoleonics. Handbag fight.
I like how in this game, if you'd like charge cavalry with infantry, they just sort of like, well, we can run away from you, so we will.
Mm-hmm. That seems clearly to be the case.
Coming back. Yep, coming back to you, Destruct.
Nice. All right.
Saving the game.
Saving the game and switching this up. Thank you. Take care, Gary. Thanks for stopping by.
Nice. All right. Well. Oh, those aren't my guys.
How come you guys shoot your own guys?
No. I was trying to move them, but they weren't mine.
Well, that's not going to be allowed, I'm afraid.
Okay.
They're right sleepy up there.
You've got movement. You guys are in a tough spot.
Ran them out of ammo too.
Guess that's their job? Question
Yeah,
mark.
I guess. Can't carry as many arrows as you can gunpowder and shot.
Well, on a shot-for-shot basis, I would say not. Average French Fusilier had 60 shots. How many arrows do you think these guys are? And by the way, for those who may have wondered, these gold hash marks on the map are trenches. These brown ones are abatis. You know, trenches like the one that Wellington placed his men in.
They seem to be about as effective.
Are they bad for you?
They show a pretty significant combat advantage.
I'll go. Guess I'll go in there. What have I not considered? Oh. Oh, you're back. Well, that's interesting.
A unit moving into a trench hex from a non-trench hex automatically becomes disordered unless it is using road movement.
I found that out, yeah.
Yeah. While in a trench, you receive a fire modifier when fired upon, determined by the parameter data. There is no penalty moving one trench to the other.
Nice. Okay.
These are the alternative symbols for the units, by the way. This is the...
Supply. Oh yeah, you guys. You're okay. You guys.
And those are the alt symbols.
Alright, all units have been considered. On to the melee phase.
Make some melee.
Alright, detached units. Who is your commander?
I am a NATO guy, of course.
Oh. That dude. Okay.
Not that, I don't think.
Yes, well, they're already running away units, so...
Ah, yeah.
Sorta. Or they
There's
were.
a long tradition of that.
Okay. Which way are you facing? Oh, that way. Okay.
I was going to say I don't know. Both sides out.
Alright, you win some, you lose some, I guess.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Alright. Why not? Let's just give it a go. All units considered. Here you go.
There you go. I opened up nice big gaps in my lines for you.
Thank you.
No doubt about that.
I'm still losing, by the way. Significantly.
8 more of my units routed.
It's because my cavalry losses are, like, so heavy.
And once again, the objectives, though important, they're not that expensive. Did you switch me, Mike?
Oh, no. Hang on. There you go.
Thank you. Ooh, one of them hussars rallied up there.
Yep.
You know what made that guy think, all right, we can get back in the fray, sir. What? No.
It's like, are you sure?
They might shoot at us again, in which case we'll just have to go. Yeah, for those who don't know what Destruct was talking about, you can check the victory level at any time. Currently, Destruct has lost 870 units, which is, in any of the games in the system, a dreadful loss. He's also lost... Oh, you've got 2 leaders dead.
Oh, that could be it. I didn't notice the leaders.
Which, well, no, they're only 30 points, so apparently they're not any big deal. But OJ's only lost 612. Currently, it's an Imperialist minor defeat at negative 339. Let's see who our leader casualties are. Spinelli has been wounded. He was wounded at this fracas right at the... let's see, what area would we say that is?
The center?
Just the southwest of the White Hill. With a gun at the center. There's been that fight going on up there, so Spinelli died there. Or was wounded, forgive me. And leader casualties. The other one was just a little bit southwest of there, one of the Saxon commanders. Ooh.
Fine, that gun is not going to be around for much longer. Where am I even being shot at?
Upper right.
Oh, okay, I see.
63.
Yeah, yeah.
63,
Do you have it
36.
checked so that you could jump to the,
No, just because last time we had that, it was like, I'm looking at something, and then it just, like, shoves me away. I'm like, no, wait.
Sure. The utter disregard that the Napoleonic War system from which this is derived has for human as opposed to horsey life is dramatic.
Horses are expensive.
They are. They are. That is not false.
My poor writers.
Alright, going to melee phase.
Melee phase.
Huzzah!
Fire them, did I? Oh, you... Hang on.
Yeah, if you all haven't seen it, there is a great interview with Rich Hamilton. No, this was with Rich White. Jeez, I'll get it right one day. With Tim Stone on his blog. And he talks about command and control and how on the White Mountain, right at the top of the White Mountain, and how they've tried to build more command and control into the fairly gentle set that is in the original Tiller design.
Alright, Destruct, back to you.
Oh,
Oh, that's fair.
somebody ran away. Oh, it's my infantry. Yeah, I would too.
They're done with you, sir. Like,
They were on max fatigue, so
Oh, were they?
yeah.
Yeesh. Wow.
They left? Oh, wow.
Oh goodness. I want them to go that way. Yeah, okay. The turning thing
Mm-hmm.
just confuses the heck out of me still, and I don't know why.
What part of it?
Just the what's it called? The counterclockwise and clockwise. Like I think I overthink it, but I'm like never sure which way it's supposed to go.
Oh, okay.
I'm assuming detached has to like it goes away at the end of the next go.
It's
right?
at the start of the next phase.
Yeah, okay. 'Cause
There's
I was like,
those die rolls happen before your turn starts.
yeah, that makes more sense.
Night, Matt. You take care, please. And yeah, the user manual for musket and pike, it's all linked. It's all hyperlinked. We are living in a spoiled time, people. We just are. Where's that guy going? Where's he going?
He's just going.
All right.
He's doing his thing.
Doing that thing what writers do.
What happened? Supply. You're rotated. Oh. Fired. Oh, you still have movement. I forgot about you.
His feelings are hurt.
Guess I'll go take this gun.
Are you doing a thing someplace?
Yeah, sorry.
Just couldn't see it.
Alright. All units have been considered. Right, that's fair enough. Next, melee.
Hey Jim, what was that command to snap to the action?
When your opponent is doing something, you mean? It's not a button, it's a setting.
Optional rules maybe?
No.
No.
Where is it?
Settings.
It's under modes, last item.
Thank you. Ah.
How does the defender have an advantage when he's turned away from me?
Any number of factors, just depends.
I guess it does. Alright.
Is that hex 50/50 you're attacking?
57-50. 50-50 I'm not attacking because
Okay.
I apparently wasn't in the direction I wanted to be.
Oh no, that's fine. I was just
57-50, he said,
Yeah.
unknowing.
Yeah. I'm like behind you and I'm like, wait a minute, why am I not getting the advantage here? Ah well. No, it's not going to be a very exciting go.
Well, maybe because I know I'm facing the wrong way, but both of your guys, and I know mine's disordered, but so is yours. So I
Yeah.
don't know if that.
I'm sure there's something.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
it's actually a math thing. If expected losses are within 50% of each other, it displays advantage defender.
Oh, okay. That's good to know.
Oh, so zones of control don't exist either.
I think they do to some extent.
The word
Usually
zone
have
of
a wall
control
strike
does
group.
not exist in the rules. I can tell you that. Oh, there it is. I was like, no, it came up red, is what it did. Here we go. Zone of control. The two facing hexes in front of a unit are Zoc. The unit faces the hex spine, so the hex is to the left and right of the spine.
I was just curious that his cavalry unit got out from basically having 3 other units around him. So
They don't lock.
It's because I left your zone of control.
Yeah, they don't lock. There's no locking
Yeah.
Zoc in any of these games.
okay.
Yeah. So, like, if I was going to charge, I could only charge to my front. Or melee to my front. But yeah, I left.
It stops movement and prevents retreat. That's about it. Prevents. I think that's
So,
what
like,
it is.
if I walked into your Zoc, that'd be one thing.
Mhm.
You know, it's funny, despite, like, basically crushing your center and flank, I'm still losing.
Because you've lost too many people doing it.
I know. I feel like they'd be running away at this point.
Oh, we are.
No, but I mean, like, this would be like, it's time to quit the field.
Well, if I have a grievance with these tiller systems, Napoleonic, this one, Civil War, there is no morale above the level of the brigade, or actually above the battalion.
Yeah. I feel like there definitely needs to be.
Well, there won't be, because
I know there won't be, but...
So you either accept that or you don't, right? I mean, it's.
Well, whether I accept it or not, it's not going to change it. So we're here now.
Well, no, I'm saying it goes into whether or not you play these games or not.
Oh, I'm gonna play the crap out of this game.
You just got to build that into your assumptions. The other thing is, and I've said this about every last one of the games in the system, including Napoleonic, you use the victory points as kind of a guideline. And then you look at the rest of the battlefield, as you just did, validly, and say, well, yeah, we won a victory point victory, but look at the situation, what really happened.
Yeah. That's up for the GM, I guess.
Yeah, no. And you talk about the battle afterwards. What happened, what worked, what didn't. What in the rules made sense and what sucked. But yeah, that's long bothered me. It's the reason, particularly, I've always loved Shaco, because you do have that collapsing upward movement.
46. My poor 46 men. The 2,500 others will miss you.
But related to it, as I say, you take all these casualties, then the victory points don't anywhere near compensate for them.
No. Especially when it's like, okay, attack this hill, you're going to take a lot of casualties, but you've now taken the hill and it's meaningless.
You got a grand total of, what, 50 points each, I think?
Yeah.
They're all running?
And 100 points for, like, the very, like, main camp or whatever, Motol. like you would have to somehow take less than 50 points of casualties for each capture point in order to make it worth it.
Yeah, and I'd like, well, but I'd also like to hear the argument because remember, you're doing damage to him too.
No, I know.
Yeah. Oh, 2 hussars have rallied. Huzzah!
Yeah, Hussar.
Huzzah!
How many turns of this are there?
There's 15.
Okay.
My goal is to get us to half. Right, and that's a good point, Gary. Gary's back, by the way. Hi, Gary.
Hi, Gary.
To him, VP logs are a way of focusing attention.
That's fair.
What mattered in the historical battle. And his point there is, there's a number of places on this battlefield that maybe they wouldn't attack.
I love how the little button for disordered units is just a sad face.
It is. Yeah, and we haven't talked a lot about it. In fact, we haven't talked anything about it. But if you go all the way back to the Tiller games, more archery.
They had 32 arrows. They used them all.
So clearly, somewhere between 27 and 32 is the allocation of arrows. One of the things that has so improved in this system over the many years of its existence is the UI. And, more of it. Man, those archers are wrecking things out there. Makes you wonder why they ever turned to gunpowder.
I think at this point they were still questioning what was better.
Yeah.
It's any consolation, Mike. My cavalry are not staying. Even if I wanted them to. Nice.
Alright.
Alright, so give me a call out on this, Gary, since you're here. You'll notice, folks, that we now have on the battlefield here at the bottom light smoke, which is decreasing the effectiveness of artillery fire and is lowered visibility. Is that a preset thing, or is that something that's happening as the result of all the shooting? I just noticed that, and that's super cool either way.
Oh, if it's because of all the shooting, that's neat. It's like
And
actual battlefield conditions.
Yep. I think it's good way, but if it's procedural, that's kind of amazing. Yeah, that's right. That's absolutely right. Gary's pointing out that at the time archers actually were better than musketeers. The problem was it took a lifetime to train archers.
Yep.
Any idiot could fire the rain gutter with a ball in it. It's a preset. That's okay. It's still cool.
Alright, going to the melee phase.
Melee phase.
Do any melee? That's okay.
Bring it. I can take on 1,200 hussars single-handedly.
Can you imagine what that must look like coming up that hill?
Not good.
And he
So-
still survived.
Look! I have 3 men left.
Are there 3 dudes in there?
There's
really?
3 dudes in that thing left. The commander and 3 dudes are currently like, uh-oh.
We gotta go.
That's Pappenheim, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's okay. Everything will be fine. Just like Murat, he charged with the Polish, chasseurs, and then they came back.
Is this like Napoleon's cavalry charge at Waterloo?
Man, what a glorious charge that was.
It was. It was glorious.
So how many times do you, throw up during the movie because of all the inconsistencies?
Honestly, and this is the thing that nobody believes when I say, but that's okay, it's true. I actually thought what was really striking was how bad it was as a movie.
I feel like that's even worse.
It is, because it would be easy to dismiss where I'm coming from as pedantry, because, oh dear. I actually got to see the command report for a change.
I didn't flip you yet. Oh, did I not flip you the last
You didn't
time?
flip me the last time, yeah, so I'm
I'm
where I
sorry.
belong. It's cool. It worked.
I'll have to do that. I'll have to try to remember to flip you before we
Yeah,
advance
get a look at
advance
that.
the turn.
But no, it honestly, that was the more troubling part, is that the movie was bad. I think the example I'm sticking with is Egypt, where you have absolutely no idea why Napoleon is in Egypt. Ever.
Wow.
Little bit of a teaser on Sunday. Be an article that I wrote appearing at the Armchair Dragoons, dealing with 10 things to watch instead of the terrible movie.
A whole 10 things, eh?
10 things. And the key is, none of them are about the history piece, because some of the things I recommend are quite ahistorical. But they're better things. They're better quality. They're more enjoyable. And in some cases, yes, they are more informative. Yeah. And neither really did that.
Hey, took out more than they took out of us.
Sure. That is true. This is what happens when armies run out of gas. I did forget. I was going to check that. Gary, correct me. I still can't play a campaign via direct play, right? Yes, Gary, you did. We do not speak of. We do not give its name. We speak of it as the terrible movie. Wellington's troops at Waterloo did not hide or conceal themselves on a reverse slope of a ridge near Mont Saint Jean. They dug trenches with spikes.
Now, you don't know that's not correct.
Because I wasn't there.
You wasn't there.
I was not there, so I do not know.
So in effect, he just said that anybody that studies history really doesn't know anything about what really happened.
No, what he's trying to say is anybody's guess is as good as anybody else's. So we can't really. So Dr. D wasted his time.
So we said
Oh,
historically,
I totally
Ridley
did.
Scott is an awful producer, director. We'd be just as accurate, right?
Yeah. Or Velker, who knows a little bit about the Napoleonic period. He's been to enough museums and battlefields. Whatever he says is fine.
Which is probably more accurate than what isn't.
And when Dr. Destruct defended his dissertation, they just kind of went, sure, it could have been that way.
I wish they made it that easy.
They seem to want evidence. That was weird.
You mean you just don't have to? You don't get on your knees and plead for him to
No, you got to stare at him and go,
please don't let me be dishonored.
Dishonor on you, dishonor on your family, dishonor on your cow.
your cow is dishonored. Everyone that looks like you is dishonored.
You shot at my supplies.
Woohoo!
That's a bit awkward.
Well, and this is one thing. I remember when they started putting in points for supplies, I pitched an unholy fit. Because I knew what would happen. People started playing Chase the Supply Train game.
And
So in all the games I play,
Now-
whether I believe it's an optional rule these days, but I never count points for supplies, ever.
yeah, so those 3 wagons, it shows up as losses, but there's no points for it.
There we go. Yeah, good. So that I think is.
Yeah, unless there's just not been enough taken.
No, I think it's the
Destroyed.
default that they don't count.
Let me...
Points for supplies is stupid.
They took it out because I don't see anything about supplies in the optional rules dialogue. It's somewhere else.
Oh, did they really? Neat.
I don't see it. Tree movement.
That would make me happy.
All about making Jim happy.
Yeah, that's life.
Happy Jim, happy life.
Alright, melee phase.
Go, you imperialist crazy person.
We did it!
There it is.
Now, can he attack that unit again if he's got infantry units that did not participate in that melee?
No, multiple infantry melee optional rule not in effect.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, that's that. Why we would. Well, Gary, first of all, your idea of making it a VP loc, 100%, I think that's great. That's good. Turning it into a VP, a supply dump, no. Just no. On the other hand, why somebody ever suggested multiple infantry melee, I am bamboozled by that.
What I gotta do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have cut significantly into his lead,
though. What else do I got?
Oh, that's utterly charming. They switched it to the Bavarian flag. Maximilian is so pleased.
Detached units cannot melee. Is there anyone left to fight? Charged. You've charged. You got no one to go for. Charging up a hill is probably bad. Okay. Your turn.
Retreat, flee.
Abandon your posts. Flee, flee for your lives.
Or as we might say, run away.
Okay. Nope. 3 units rally, 3 units route. Alright. Oh, just save me the trouble of moving them out of the way.
My friend Bubbles the Vampire points out that the terrible movie has a 62% Rotten Tomato score, up with Turner and Hooch, Pauly Shore is Dead, Dumb and Dumber, and of course, The Patriot.
But Turner and Hooch was a good movie. It made more sense, probably.
I was able to follow the narrative, if that's what you mean. And suddenly they are no longer interested in hanging out at the top of the White Mountain. You had perfectly good abatis up there, my friend.
Yeah, but I only had 81 men in a unit facing 1,000. There's a reason I got out of town.
He's got a point.
Yeah. 81 guys versus 1,000 dudes.
Now, if they were Spartans,
And maybe. Oh, these are Count Schlick's guys, yeah.
Count Schlick.
Name.
He's the schlickest guy in town.
Oh, stop. Sex von mine.
Actually got a beard. Oh no, that was Schlick. Never. Not Slick.
Yeah, Gary, since you're back, one of the things we mentioned, I think, when you were gone, was that if there is a deficiency, a big deficiency in this system, it's morale above the battalion. You know, there's never brigade collapse or divisional collapse or corps collapse. Is that anything that's ever been discussed? Those Bavarians are not having it. Right, yeah. It goes to the conversation about VP Lokes that you walked in on earlier. Namely, you know, right now, although he's caught up a bit, Destruct is suffering a minor defeat, even though I am not certain that the anti-imperialists wouldn't have left by now. You still working, OJ?
Yeah, I'm about to go to the melee phase. Not that I have anything to melee, so... Oh yeah, we'll try this one. What's it say? Oh, yep, never mind. That's what happened. Jim, I'm flipping you first. Dialogue if you want to. Ending turn. Or ending my turn. Oh, I gotta do a save, don't I?
Yep.
Done.
And there it is. A battery has been set up. Yeah, I mean, that's it, Gary. I mean, that's entirely... It's why you get results sometimes in some battles. I remember when I was playtesting Friedland, I commented that we were getting results that felt more like the Battle of the Somme. To the
See what Robert posted up in the Discord?
I did not.
Napoleon proves Ridley Scott is our greatest war director.
Well, you notice where it's from. See the link?
No.
It's Apple News.
Oh.
I'm not entirely certain that's not hand waving the situation, though, Gary. To me, when we got rid of melee eliminations, and I know why we did it. I understand why we did it. It makes sense. The armies did become too resilient. I'm not saying it's game breaking, but it's noticeable and can be weird. I think the fatigue system has helped dramatically because fatigue is so hard to get back that I'm thinking particularly of the Jena campaign, the Waterloo campaign, where when a unit is fatigued, it's pretty much going to combat for the balance. But on a Waterloo basis, on an actual battlefield basis, getting rid of the melee eliminations, which was a good idea. I get it. It had knock-on consequences that have never been remedied. If I were a betting man, I would say that Destruct was intent on trying to recoup some of his cavalry losses.
Maybe, maybe not.
Uh-huh.
And how is he doing that?
See this little party he's got for you to the south?
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Not actually recouping, but dishing out more damage to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Offset.
So, Gary, do you cheer confessionally when you play these games, or are you willing to give the Imperialists a break? Just say play, decide.
Ah, there was someone here. Hello.
Hello. How are you?
My Cossack, say hi.
And why wouldn't they?
Alright. Melee phase.
Here we go. Ooh!
Oh.
Good one.
Let's see how this goes.
Went very well, I think, didn't it? Oh no, who were you attacking?
Vengeance!
Okay, next turn.
Run away, run away. Yeah, units of mine that are running away that weren't even in combat because of units getting close enough to them.
Yeah, the exertion of threat is a new thing, relatively. It's a neat idea. I wish it didn't disrupt movement, but that's another point. Where in the blue fizzy heck is that guy going?
I don't know. He doesn't know.
I mean, other than Vienna, I guess.
Could you imagine just like one unit ends up in Vienna? It's like, we won. We've taken Vienna.
Oh, lordy. Cannot change formation of disordered units. That's nice.
Yeah, I had that problem with a bunch of my infantry columns.
I was raised Protestant. My first love was Gustavus Adolphus, but I've converted to Catholicism, and I discovered not long ago that I'm partially Bavarian, so... My loyalties are profoundly divided. Raised Calvinist, no less, which meant I was hated by both sides in this thing. I think putting you in mad scientist mode is a fine way to spend an evening. Go off and mad science something, Gary. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Where are you moving, OJ?
I don't. Let's see.
I'm just trying to find you.
Oh, up here at the Star Palace.
Okay. Oh, okay.
That one gun, still defiant till the end.
From hell's heart, I spit at thee for hate's sake. I'm utriquist by raising. Yeah, this right here is a pretty historical result. Half everybody heading back to Motol. Christian kept going. I think the operative word here is withdraw.
Yeah.
Lee, run for your lives may be a better description.
Another imperialist leader down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who'd you lose now?
I think I lost someone taking the...
Florineville kill?
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good at all.
That makes rallying fun. The amount of work and the amount of research that goes into these games, oh, here we go, is just
I
amazing.
could not imagine.
Just amazing to me. And I mean, to me, the pinnacle of them, with respect to all the others, is the World War I games. They make my head hurt. But these are no slouches.
My poor Cossacks.
They said, we're going to go back into these trees if that's all the same thing.
They came to check who was at the Star Palace, and apparently there were two
guy.
pike blocks.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh.
Of actually really good troops. May I also note Christian of Anhalt was there.
Saved.
Alright. Last turn. Ooh. Florineville replaced.
Colonel Anonymous.
Colonel Anonymous. You get
Good
a lot
German
of those
name.
guys. You get a lot of them.
I do when fighting CT at Gettysburg.
I mean, it's no exaggeration to say that you have a lifetime just in the WDS Tiller series stuff. Really. I made the comment to Rich Hamilton that I see no point in playing a tactical level World War II game as long as Squad. I will always love Panzer Leader and Panzer Blitz, but the Panzer Battle series is better. Oh, you are just determined.
Okay. Forgot you got to hit that scroll to enemy every turn.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Huh, okay. Did not know that. See, mine stayed clicked. check mark.
Key.
Oh dear. Omelet eggs.
Yep. Have not.
Oh yeah. Are you kidding? Gary, there are people who will tell you their army would never surrender. Those guys are Imperial Guard. They would never recool. Wait.
Which, as we've talked about, that's why I prefer campaigns, right?
Sure.
T and I doing campaign Gettysburg. You know, it's one of the things that we have to consider as we're fighting out the battles. What point do you?
Oh, that's a great point, OJ. I mean, maybe that is the ultimate answer to all that nonsense. But what we're really talking about is units that really should just route off the field.
Right.
You know, because
Yeah, because for me to withdraw some of my units, I would have to go all the way to the edge of the map, right?
No.
No?
There's a
I thought I
there
did.
was.
I know there's a withdrawal option.
Yeah.
But I thought you had to be at the edge of the
Let
map
me,
to do that.
let me
To
look
move
that
from
up.
map.
Although Gary's probably just going to beat me too.
You got a 10-second head start on him.
Good point. Those are the ones that are scheduled to be withdrawn. There are some units that are scheduled to leave.
Right.
Yeah, maybe.
See if I can take one
that's
of
the
my
only
small
ones
broken
given me.
units next turn and see if I can withdraw them, just for fun.
Alright, melee time.
Those are my favorite.
Oh, you gonna hit those broken Croatians?
Maybe.
First them. Alright, White Mountain is officially mine.
That's a declaration right there.
That one at. Oh, there.
The question, Gary, was, can you, unless you have a withdrawal order, can you exit the gate? Can you exit units off the map? Ooh. Ow.
Okay. Do you want to move Jim over so he can see?
Sure.
I'm about to end the turn.
You switched.
Thank you.
All right. Here you go.
Big finish, OJ. Big finish.
Yeah. Still thinking. How many half-on units just routed?
Wow. Wow. That wasn't as bad as it felt like, but still.
Yeah. 4 rallied and 6 more routed.
And by the way, I know I can't show this to the folks at home, but that was a huge turn for Destruct, switching it from almost a major defeat at one point to a draw, making his way towards a minor victory.
That he was like at 117 or so when I looked toward the beginning of his last turn, and he's at 289 now.
Well, remember,
it was minus 117.
He was negative points last turn.
I was almost at negative 400 at one point.
Yeah, you were almost at a major defeat at one point, yes. Yeah, he thinks you can only withdraw from an edge, Mike.
Yeah, let's try this once. Yep. Okay to remove selected unit from map. So go to hex 6640, Jim. You see that routed unit there?
6640.
Straight up, almost straight up from Motol.
Yes, in there.
Okay, see if it lets me do it. Nope. No units have been selected to remove.
Double click.
Yeah, I am doing that, but there's times when then I go to click on the unit to move it and it removes. So, map. Okay, to remove selected unit. Units are not on a valid exit hex.
Yeah, so you got to get to the exit.
Yep. That's what I thought, but
Makes sense.
yeah.
And so you could theoretically just, run him back over that way.
Yeah.
And I suppose that is the counter to those who want to see the bigger morale collapse. You really want to keep those weakened guys around to get them shot in the face? That's going to be more VP. There's going to be more victory points for your opponent. Hey Gary, if you know, does WDS have a Twitter presence? I've never spotted it. Where are you running around, Mike?
Oh, chasing down his one cavalry unit that's clearing my backfield.
Oh, you mean the Cossack that I've just been like seeing how far he can get?
Yeah.
And the other thing is, folks, just think of how big this map would have to be if it were on your tabletop. Just think of that.
Like a gym? Like a whole gym?
Cavalry units are not allowed to enter chateau hexes.
Good. Dalinar will be angry.
That's our goal in life.
Yeah, anger Dalinar.
Alright. Our last turn, you said, right?
Yep.
Alright, gonna reach them.
Oh, good lord.
Alright, I think I am done.
Oh, hello.
Trying to figure out where you're doing melees.
And I'm done.
Alright, when you get here, just make sure we get a good save in. Just in case. They're tiny.
Save. Yeah, I just hit save. I didn't hit the turn marker yet, so
Yeah, it's
I'll
good.
do it now.
So I hope this is halfway. We can talk about this some more later, but there's no question in my mind that the Imperialists have won this thing.
Oh yeah.
You know, we knew it would probably be a bit of a walkover, just given the way the history did. But Destruct Mike did a great job defending it and really exacting some casualties, as Christian of Anhalt did. But in the end, it's a question of numbers.
Yeah.
You know? It's just a question. I don't. It's a bad deal.
Well,
for what it's
I thought
worth.
historically they were even at the beginning of the battle.
There are more decent quality Imperialists, I think, by a factor
quality.
of 3
Quality,
to 2.
yeah.
Yeah, you've got more trash troops, but you've got enough to make it even, but they're just not sticking.
Once my infantry finally came up, like, then it was...
Yeah, those
it was a lot
tercios are nasty. But anyway, the Imperialists lost 1,200 infantry. The anti-Imperialists, 1,300. The cavalry losses for the Imperialists were 13. For the anti, it was 17. Biggest difference, not close, artillery. 10 guns. 10 guns! On the other hand, 3 Imperialist leaders. 2 were wounded, 1 was killed. So, in the end, it was 268 points to a draw, 400 to a minor, 500 to a major, but I think that's just a matter of time, and I think if you look at the situation, it's not close. Another great system from WDS. I like this system. What do you think, Destruct?
I like it. I think I like this better than the Napoleon one, honestly.
Why so? Other than the fact that you like the period more, or?
That's it. I think it's because I find Napoleonics a lot more predictable.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a lot less predictable. And I kind of like that. Like, it's not... Yeah, that's all I can say. Like, when it comes to, like, especially with cavalry, because here it's a lot more shooty, it's a lot more engage, disengage. While Napoleonics is like, okay, if you don't form square, I'm going to charge you and you'll die. But if you form square, you're safe, and that's basically like it.
That's true. OJ, what do you think?
Oh, it's good. I like it.
Yeah, this is a great system. Real live multiplayer. Obviously, we can play with his. We've seen it before. We can assign commands to the really big battles. Lutzen is in here. Breitenfeld is in here. Raqua, Nordlingen. All the really big battles are in here. So, so we have all the big battles plus a couple of campaigns, which are great. I don't think you can play the campaigns face to face, which sucks. But that's a niche within a niche within a niche, so I'm not going to complain too much. There it is. Tomorrow, 12:30, join us for a very, very special Rommel game. Out of time, joining the West. We're joining the West Coast, I think. Got some West Coast. Yeah, we are joining the West Coast to England, and we're going to play some Rommel with our friend Alex from Storm of Steel. And then, of course, at 6 o'clock, we will return to Leipzig for episode 7. Episode 7. And then next week, back to the regular round of games, including our continuing Crossfire adventure, Chain of Command, everything else. Oh my gosh, so much. Thank you so much to everybody who watched. Thanks to OJ and Destruct for coming out and giving it a shot. Until we meet again, please take care of yourselves and one another. We will talk soon. Pause. Pause.
Good night, Ian Jackson.